Hey guys, it's Chala from Crafting Through the Chaos of Life. Thanks so much for joining me for another video. Today is kind of geared towards my journal peeps, but I want to start off, before we get started with the journal stuff, I want to start off with sharing with you this amazing candle that I got, you guys. So yesterday was our Thanksgiving dinner, and we had some friends and family over. And of course, there's nothing better than having the smell of cooking and just kind of that warm feeling in your house when you have company over. You kind of want to create that ambiance. And I had purchased this candle from a girlfriend of mine that I work with, and she hand makes these candles, and her company is called Wax and Wood. Now, I'm not a huge candle lover. Like, I love my essential oil mister. I use that a lot down in my craft area, but I thought this would be really great to try out with friends and family coming over, and just to kind of create that Thanksgiving mood, that warm, fuzzy feeling. And the one that I picked, she has several different scents in her store, and like I said, her company is Wax and Wood. And here is the website here, so www.waxandwood.ca. And what's really neat about, or unique about her candles is, of course, they're handmade, but she also has a wood wick. So it's not your traditional wick, but it is a wood wick. And I wish I would have shown you guys this before I lit it, but I wasn't sure how in love I would be, and I am absolutely in love. Of course, I've burnt it down, so it's not as clear. It starts off kind of clear. The wax is clear. I believe it's a soy wax. Yeah, coconut and soy wax candle, and it's hand poured. And this scent is called Huga, and it is cedarwood, tobacco, and vanilla. You guys, this is amazing. The smell from it is just, it's so fantastic. When I was younger, my dad used to smoke pipe. Like, I'm pretty sure this is a scent that all of us who grew up in like the 70s and 80s would appreciate when our parents were smoking in the house. But the smell of pipe tobacco just really brings me back to when my dad used to smoke pipe. He didn't do it for very long, but it's just that time in my life that was really comforting. And yeah, so this just really brought me back to my childhood, and it really, with the cedarwood and the vanilla as well, it just really created a beautiful warm ambiance in our home. Couple that together with the smell of the turkey cooking. My husband did an amazing job with our turkey. He does the turkey for me for Thanksgiving and Christmas, and I so appreciate him for that, because I don't like sticking my hand in raw poultry. So thank you, lover, for doing that yet again for us. And he did such a great job. The turkey was amazing. Anyways, back to this candle. You guys have got to try these. They're amazing. You can see this here is a wood wick, and yeah, it was just so amazing, and everyone was commenting on the amazing smell from it. So my friend Kelsey makes these. Definitely go over to her website, check it out. If anything, if you're not a huge candle lover, honestly, you guys, this would make an amazing gift. Like, I am definitely purchasing more because these are so great. And I am actually going to create some ambiance in my craft room right now, and I'm going to light this bad boy. All I have is this little kind of torch, so we'll see how this works. Hopefully I won't burn anything else down. Let's see if I can, there we go, light it up there. Oh, just that smell. So this is going to definitely be lovely to craft to. It's going to create just such a serene feeling. So I'm going to set that off to the side. So go ahead, guys. Go over to waxandwood.ca. Check out the different flavors or smells or whatever you want to call it over there. I highly recommend her stuff. I love supporting fellow entrepreneurs. I can't talk today, you guys. I'm still so tired from last night, but I love celebrating fellow entrepreneurs, and especially those people, I think it went out here, those people in my community. I love supporting local. You know, we can go out and spend lots of money at big box stores, but I think, you know, celebrating and supporting those small businesses around us is so incredibly important. So make sure that you head over there and check that out. Oh, this is lovely. Just love it. Okay, we'll set that off to the side. Let's get started on what we're doing today. So I'm a little bit behind. I've wanted to try this idea out. Rachel at Roxy Creations, it was one of her challenges, as well as the amazing Gail Agostinelli had done it, and it is the creating your own washi tape. So I have this journal here that I made, and this is just from, what did I make this out of, you guys? This is just an envelope, a brown envelope cut down, and this is my butterfly themed journal, and I just did some collaging on the front, sewed it up, did a little bit of ink blending on the sides, used some butterfly themed paper, some coffee dyed paper that I had done, and just created this beautiful kind of butterfly themed journal. I have some graph paper. This here is, I found a book at my local thrift store, and it had some beautiful pages in it. It was a journal that somebody had, you know, obviously donated, but it had these beautiful little kind of almost like onion skin papers in between, and some thicker kind of cotton paper. And I just took the journal apart and loved the paper so much that I wanted to incorporate it into the journals that I'm making. So yeah, just a quick flip through. This is kind of what I'm working with. This is just some a digital of eco-dyed paper on the back here. Again, more coffee dyed paper. So yeah, just a really quick journal, just kind of butterfly themed. And that's kind of what I want to create some ephemera for, because right now this is just a naked journal. So there's not much else in it, just start of these papers, and we definitely need to add some pockets and tuck spots and all of that. So let's go ahead and get started. I do want to quickly tie this up. I'm going to start a timer just so I know how long I have been at this for, because I can definitely get off track. So I'm going to do 1 hour. We'll get that going just so I don't keep you guys too long. Okay, so to start off with, for this washi tape that we're going to be creating, this is just some tracing paper that I got. I think I got this when I was working at Chapters or Indigo here in Canada. And this is just like kid, what do you want to call it? Kid value or kid friendly tracing paper. It's nothing too expensive, and it measures 9 inches by 12.5 inches, which when I cut it into 2-inch strips this way, it gave me 6 strips to work with. So that is really great. I also did some stamping on a piece of the tracing paper. You can also use vellum or onion skin paper, whatever you have. I did some stamping, and I used my VersaFine Claire Nocturne ink to stamp these little images on. And I just have the images that I'm using this is actually from a magazine. Sometimes you can get those craft magazines and they come with free stamp sets, and some of them are really cool, really great, and I love this one. Like, I like the text and the postage stamp and, you know, the dragonfly and stuff. I really like this one, so I used that. And then I just have some other stamps that, you know, I either got from I think I either got from Michael's, or honestly I got them given to me, or garage sales, that sort of thing. This one here is a really cool one. I like all these little kind of images. And this is a Stampendous stamp set. I don't know if it has a name on it. Charm Collection is this one. This is really old, guys. I don't know if you can get this, but, you know, look around at what you have in your stash already for stamps that you can just, you know, stamp out and create. Basically, we're going to use these as little focal images. Now, this is a really juicy ink pad that I use. This is what I usually use for my sentiments on my cards. And so it really kind of bled together, like on these little mandala type images. They kind of bled together. So I don't know. if this was the best ink to use. Maybe I wanted to use something that's not as juicy. But yeah, just some different types of stamps. This is what I have just kind of in my journal making kit. This is a Tim Holtz one. Oops. So yeah, some just different stamps that you can create focal images from. Okay. Oh, and I also wanted to mention, guys, I do have some things over in my Etsy. I'm trying to build up my Etsy store, and I created these little cute little tiny file folders for journals. And so I have these over at my Etsy store, which is listed down below. So if you wanted to pick some of those up, I think I put them as 20. You get 20 little file folders in a bundle. So these are just really great to decorate. They measure 3.75 inches long and then 2.57 inches wide, and I just think they're really great to add to your little journals. You can decorate them up, so go ahead and check that out over at my Etsy shop. Oh, you guys, this isn't dry. Look at that. Oh, bugger. Okay, well, that's fine. We'll let it I had stamped this off and I thought I had let it have enough time to dry, but I guess it's because of that, you know, the type of paper it is. I might have to just let it sit a little bit more. So maybe go ahead and stamp these focal images well before you get started on this washi process. We'll see. Hopefully we can use these. Otherwise, what else am I going to use? I have a whole bunch of my like little containers where I have my flowers and butterflies, labels, mushrooms, you name it. So I have pulled out all my little containers for that, just to add some elements. And then of course my scrap papers, which I just have in big totes, or just kind of like, I know it's hard for you guys to see, but just kind of containers. So I'm going to pull those over and we'll see what we can use from those. So let's get started. Enough talking and yapping here, we'll get started. I'm gonna pull out my art glitter glue, and I'll pull out my Uhu stick, and I need a glue book. There's some papers to glue on, so I'll set that to the side as well. Maybe what I'll do is, let's try and make this just a little bit bigger, and you guys can see a little bit more of what's going on here. Alright, so let's pull some papers. So I have some little bitty papers here that we can go ahead and try. And let's start off with this little piece of music paper. I also want to grab my distressing ink. So yeah, I hope you guys had a really good Thanksgiving. Ours was amazing. Like I said, my husband did the cooking, which I'm so thankful for. He usually does the turkey and stuff for me on Thanksgiving and Christmas, which is a big help. And then we had some my husband's been friends with these two fellows for like ever since junior high, since he was young, and so they are pretty much like uncles to my kids. And so they came over, as well as our friend Derek's girlfriend Karen. She is so lovely. She is English, and she used to be a detective over in England, and oh my goodness, she is hilarious, you guys. Like, oh, the stories that she has, and of course just her English wit is just, yeah, she's just so much fun. I love it when she comes over, and we always have a riot. And last night we were so I also had my mom and my niece Zoe over. And so Karen brought her knitting over again, because they had come over the weekend before for, we called it Friendsgiving, and then they came over again for Thanksgiving. But we she brought some knitting. She's making a cowl, and so she wanted some help from my mom and I, because she's a brand new knitter and just needed some help with that. So we did that. You know, you're getting older when you sit around and you knit or you crochet. That's kind of what we were doing, so that was fun as well. We called it the knitting circle. And then yeah, then we also had, so we had Uncle Derek, Karen, Uncle Greg, who, oh my goodness, he's just so funny. He should be a comedian. Nope, this is kind of curling a bit as it's wet with the glue here, but that's okay. So yeah, that was really good. We had a good visit, and then so excited. My niece has actually moved here, and so it's been really great kind of getting to know her a little bit better now that she's an adult and, you know, starting her life's adventure. So yeah, that was good. And then of course the kids, we had so much food. Oh, we always do, you know, we do like almost like a charcuterie type thing. It's not as pretty as a charcuterie board, but we had a nice little spread out on our island, and had grapes and different meats. We had cheese, brie and red pepper jelly with Melba toast. Oh, so good. One of my favorite things. So yeah, we did that and had a good visit. And then it even snowed yesterday. So it was so beautiful in the morning. And maybe I'll put that there. Rip it down a bit. Yeah, so we had just kind of had gotten our sun umbrella put away. Like, we have this huge massive umbrella that goes on our deck that covers pretty much the entire deck for summer, and my husband had just gotten that put away and had gotten the garden hoses kind of drained and put away into the garage. And you know, we had finally harvested the rest of the tomatoes and peppers that my husband grew. So we had literally, guys, just finished bringing that stuff inside, and then it went from really nice and warm and sunny to all of a sudden really windy and cool, and it started kind of raining, and then all of a sudden these big fluffy snowflakes came down, and I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not sure I'm really ready for snow, but I guess it was, you know, it was good because we had the fireplace going inside, and I guess it added to that ambiance of, you know, that kind of warm and cozy feeling. So I was just happy to be inside, that's for sure. So yeah, that was our Thanksgiving. And then today I don't have to cook today because we have lots of leftovers, which is really nice, so I can spend my day in my craft room with you guys. So yeah, that's what we were up to. You guys will have to let me know how your Thanksgiving was down below. What do you do? We had, for Friendsgiving the weekend before, we did a big ham. And then yesterday, like I said, we did the turkey. So let me know, what do you guys do? What are your, what do you usually do for Thanksgiving? Are you turkey people? Are you ham people? What else do you do? Let's see. I kind of want to use some of these for focal images, but I'm really worried that they're still wet. I don't know what to do. Maybe leave those to dry just a bit. Add a few more papers. I mean, Roxy, or Rachel there from Roxy Creations, and Gail, they make it look so easy and effortless when they do these types of things. So yeah, other than that, haven't been doing too much, just getting things ready for fall, I guess. I've got a craft show coming up in November, and so I'll have some journals ready for that. I've got a few crochet blankets. My mom's got some quilts. Actually, rip this up. She's got some quilts, some slippers. What else does she usually do? I think she's got some ornaments maybe left. She had done way back, I want to say in the 90s, she had done some of these beautiful ornaments that she kind of quilts them together around this styrofoam ball. So it's kind of like all quilting around the ball. And then she does, she has a piece that's got like cross stitching on it. It looks really pretty. It's probably difficult for you guys to imagine how I'm explaining it, but yeah, it was, they're really cool. And then she also sometimes has these Cupcake Socks, which are really cool. She takes these fluffy, really fluffy, fuzzy socks and rolls them up to look like a cupcake and puts them in, she makes like a little cupcake holder out of paper and rolls them up and puts them in there, and then puts like a little pom-pom on top to make it look like a cherry, and they're so cute. And then she also makes a little box that they go in with some clear acetate on it, so it looks like you're getting a boxed cupcake. Really great teacher gift ideas, because she has like this little saying that goes along with it. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, so we'll have a few things. So that's exciting, and that just, you know, brings us one step closer to Christmas. So there's that. I think I'm gonna just trim down some of the stuff that I've got hanging over the edge just so I can see a little better. I don't know how many of these we're gonna get done, but we'll give it a go. I think I need to bring my recycling closer. There we go. Yeah, other than that, we've just been work. Work's been really busy. We, on Friday there, we had, we have these quarterly planning meetings at work, which I really love. Like, the company that I work for is so amazing. They keep you in the loop of, you know, what they're doing, what their goals are, and you're actually part of the company goals. And if you don't know, I'm a legal assistant, so I work for a law firm. A little bit of history. So I've been a legal assistant, I guess, for 16 years now, and I started out at a law firm that I did my practicum at. I was really lucky that I got offered a job right from my practicum, and that's actually where I met my husband. My husband was a lawyer, so I was working in family law, and he was a personal injury or a litigation lawyer. So he worked upstairs. There's 2 different floors, so he worked on the main floor of where the office or the law firm was, and I worked on a floor up from them. So it was like the family law department was upstairs and the litigation team was down on the main floor where the reception area was. So we kind of kept our relationship under wraps for many months. People didn't know that we were dating, and then it finally came out. And then, yeah, we eventually got married. And then when I was on mat leave, so my husband was a partner there. Then when I was on mat leave with our first, I was just ready to come off of mat leave. And my husband decided that he wanted to do his own thing and open up his own firm. So instead of me going back to the law firm that we met at, or that I started out at, I ended up joining my husband and helping him open up his firm. And I had stayed working with him for over 10 years. Yeah, it would have been, oh shoot. Yeah, well over 10 years, helping him get his firm established. And it was him and I, and usually one other assistant that, you know, had a couple different girls come and join us. But when you live and work with someone, it's often difficult, especially, you know, to try to find things to talk about at the end of the day, because you're like, oh, hey, guess what happened at work? Never mind, you were there. You saw it. So, you know, it was difficult because at the end of the day, we didn't really have a lot to talk about other than work. And then I felt like work and home life was just really getting, there's no defined line between that. Put that right there. Yeah, I really struggled because you know, we'd come home and, you know, he'd ask me about, did I do this or that at work, or, you know, like it was just, yeah, it was just hard, right? Because when you live and work with someone, you're with them all the time and you don't really have time to miss them. So I decided I wanted to stay married, and I had left once before and went to another firm, but it was not a healthy environment. So then I came back to work with him, and then I tried joining a family law firm again. That was like even worse than the company before that. Like, it was just so toxic. I've never walked out on a job before. I'm usually like, give you more than 2 weeks notice type of girl, like, you know, responsible, and just, yeah, I wouldn't want to do anything to, you know, give less than my best to a company. But this one company was so bad, you guys. I literally got up from my desk. Well, first I wrote an email saying, this is not for me. I'm not enjoying how this company is run. And I literally got up from my desk and walked out. It was that bad. And I've never done that before. So I had a little bit of sense of guilt, but it also was really liberating to be able to go, no, this is not for me. It's not working out. So I left that firm. Sorry, I'm just trying to find my pokey tool. There it is. So I left that firm, went back, worked for my husband for a bit more, and then I finally found the company that I'm working with now, and it is the complete opposite of the one that I had walked out on. They are so respectful of you. They are huge on work-life balance. Yeah, they're just, you know, unlimited holidays, paid holidays nonetheless. I can take as many holidays as I want paid. They're not watching you every minute. They're like, they treat you like adults. They're like, as long as you get your work done and do your thing, you know, I can, you know, go to events for with my kids if my kids have something going on. I don't have to worry about taking time off. I just, you know, I can go and do field trips with my kids, and do I like that there? Yeah. So yeah, this company is so amazing, and they're so good about making sure they're implementing like mental health things. And so Friday was all about this big planning day, what we're doing for next quarter, which was really great. Setting some priorities, and I like that. I like goal setting, and I'm struggling here. Maybe this doesn't have a. I think this is just paper. Let's not mess around with that. So yeah, they just include you in everything, and it's super transparent, and you're all working towards the same goal. And yeah, I really appreciate that about this company. So it was a full day on Friday, which, you know, it can be exhausting, especially when you're having to do it. Usually we get together all together. Like one time we went to the Science Center and had our meeting there at the Science Center, which was fantastic. But because of COVID, unfortunately, we couldn't all get together. We had to do it via Zoom, and you know, Zoom fatigue sets in. It really does. It's a thing, and so it just made for a long day, and I was just really exhausting Friday. So I literally right afterwards, pretty much just had a little something to eat and crawled into bed. I was done. I was tired. So yeah, that's sort of been my long weekend so far, and then today just being Monday, hanging out with you guys, which is awesome. That there. So I really like this kind of thing, creating this washi tape. It's great to use up some small scraps, some labels. Yeah, I just kind of really like how it's looking out nice and collagey. I feel like, what else do we need? Put our butterflies away, or put the lid on so I don't spill anymore. So we've done some labels. We've got a butterfly on there. Got some numbers. What else do we need? Let's see here. Maybe we need some words. I'm just gonna take a sip of my tea. We need some words in there, like enjoy. You guys seeing that okay? Am I too far away now? Maybe I'll just pop in a little bit closer, just so you can see what I'm doing. I kind of like that enjoy there. I think that looks good. What else did we do this weekend? Oh yeah, I took kind of the idea of what we do at work. We work with very closely with a company called Petra that helps us establish what our goals and priorities are for the different quarters for our business. And with that, our business has what we call core values that we live by. And I really like that idea, and I wanted to incorporate some of these strategies into my home life. You know, it's important to have goals for, you know, my crafting and the stuff that I do at home as well as work. So we sat down as a family. I called a family meeting, and we set our core values for our family, which was really nice. So talking about respect, our first priority is family comes first. So making sure that we are always looking out for each other as a family. And then respect was one. We came up with 5 core values. Can't remember them all off the top of my head, but yeah, it was really nice to be able to do that as a family, and to kind of all get on the same page as what our family means to us, and just focus on how we can be better as a family. Because I feel like there's just you know, my oldest is almost a teenager. He'll be a teenager next month, and then his brother is 21 months behind him, and then 11 months to the day behind my second son is my daughter. So they're all very close in age, and they're kind of getting to that moody, broody stage. I'm not really finding anything in here. they're in that kind of moody, broody stage, and they're kind of nitpicking at each other, and you know, they don't necessarily want to spend time together, and if they do, they're at each other's throats, let's be honest. So it was nice to get us kind of all on page and working for the greater good, and you know, just kind of realign ourselves with each other and what's important. And I kind of like that. Yeah, so that was really good to do, and then we're gonna have another meeting next week, and we'll talk about priorities. What do we want to do as a family and individually over the next several months to kind of reestablish ourselves. So one of the things that we were talking about was we used to do family movie night every Friday, and we kind of, you know, gotten away from that, like the kids activities, and then, you know, you find yourselves, everyone has a device, and then you find yourselves on your devices. Everyone's in a separate room on their devices, you know, looking head down to a screen, and you know, we got away from spending that quality time together. So re-implementing family night was one. Let's see, are these dry yet? Re-implementing family night. And guys, this is not working. I'm so sad. I wonder if I should have used StazOn ink instead. I think using StazOn would be much better. But let's try. What else? Oh, I used to do date nights with my kids. So one-on-one time, take them out just for that. You know, life gets busy, and just to reconnect with them and have that special one-on-one time with each other is super important. Even with my husband, we need those date nights just to kind of reconnect. And so I want to bring back date nights with my kids and my hubby. And so yeah, that's kind of one of my priorities for the next couple months, to do that. And so yeah, it was really special and fun. This is fun. Oh, I'm really sad. Look at my thumbs. They're all inky. I'm sad that that didn't really turn out, but I wonder, maybe instead what I'll do of using these, like I would still use these maybe on another, like going forward I'd do them but use the StazOn. I think that was kind of my downfall. I didn't use the proper ink. But I think for now what I'll do is I'm going to grab my StazOn, and let's see. Oh, got stuff everywhere. I'm tripping. How much time do we have here? About halfway in. Okay. And I've only got one done. Oh my goodness. That's fine. I'm enjoying the process. I'm enjoying hanging out with you guys and just chatting. I love, this is so weird, you guys. I love the smell of StazOn ink. It smells like almonds to me, like almond paste. Alright, let's grab, I'm going to use some of the same images that from here, I think. Maybe, maybe not. Actually, I'm going to grab this text stamp. That's one thing I don't like about certain stamp sets. Okay, let's close this for half a second. Like, I love these stamps that come with the magazines. They're so diverse, but they're so hard to get off the plastic. And then you're kind of warping the plastic backer. And then they're not easy to stick back on. I really like this one. Come on off. Just really like the text. Oh my goodness, getting a workout. Come on. You guys watching me struggle. There we go. Okay. I need a block. Ooh, that just fits. Okay. When you put your stamps on blocks, especially if they're more solid stamps, you want to be watching for air bubbles underneath, because if there's air bubbles underneath, it might not stamp well in that area. It seems to affect the stamping. So, alright, I'm just going to use the StazOn and ink up just some parts of this. And I can't tell which is up and which is down. It's kind of nonsense script, so we will just stamp some of this text right on using the StazOn. Kind of like that. And we'll just cover up some of these blank areas. Alright, I think that looks good. A little there. Alright, so I think that to the side. There is our first one kind of done. Now I just need to trim up the edges. Oh my goodness, Gail and Rachel got so many of these done in their time, and I am just so slow. I've got one done, and we are like halfway through. That's okay, but I think that looks super cute. I'll be able to use these for ripping them up and putting them on pockets. So that's super cute. There's one done. All right, let's move on to the next one. And again, these are 2" by, what is this? 9 inches. You can use, like I said, you can use vellum, onion skin, tracing paper. You can also use label paper. Gail had said you could use label paper. She did some and that looked really cute. But I was also thinking, let me just grab it. Just kind of out of reach here, bear with me. You can also pick these up at the local Value Village or Value Village. I like to call it Value Village just to make it more fancy. But this is just adding machine tape. I don't know why it's all, there we go. So yeah, this adding machine tape is perfect for creating little clusters on. It's the perfect width. It's about a little more than 2 inches, I guess. But yeah, this would be really great to use as well. And you can make it as long as you want. And yeah, I think that would be fun as well, just to create some cluster bits. Just roll this back up. So yeah, use what you have. Experiment. There's no right or wrong way to do any of this. It's just having fun. Right, for my next bit, what do I want to do? Let's start off with our collage papers. And I'm just going to pause you guys for 1 minute and I will be right back. Whew, okay, sorry about that, guys. I drank too much tea and had to excuse myself. It gave me some time to also wash the ink off my hands. And so yeah, let's get playing. Oh, it smells so good in here with that candle. Yum yum. All right, I have, just looking through my boxes of scrap stuff that I have here. This is really cute. I like that. It's just printed on some vellum paper. Maybe we'll use that. And what else do I have in my box here? Trying to find some little other pieces. Sorry guys, a little discombobulated here. Some almost fall-like pieces. Oh, here's some good scraps. And I have some of this. Okay. I think we've got enough to get started on the next one. Start off. Actually, you know, I kind of like that big treble clef. I think I want to rip that out. Yeah, so what do we have else coming up here? Oh, Halloween, my favorite time of year. I am so excited. I love Halloween. We always do some big decorating at our house. We have an animatronic kind of large, I don't know what to call him. What is he? He's just kind of like this large scarecrow looking type character. That his eyes light up and he moves when people walk by. We do decorate the yard all up like it's big inflatable things. Like we have a big spider. We have, yeah, just, you know, all sorts of Halloween inflatables. Of course, pumpkins. And then we also have a video projection video that we project either depending on how clean our garage is. This year it's actually fairly clean that I can actually get my vehicle in it, so thank you, honey, for cleaning that up. But we'll put like a big piece of poly over covering our garage door, so we'll lift the main door up, and then where the door would be, we would cover that in poly, and then we have a projector that projects out some video. I'm gonna use these little pieces. So that's fun. We have that going on. It has like music and like skeletons dancing. So it is a big deal at our house, Halloween. Let's see. COVID's kind of put a bit of a damper on how many kids we get, but I think our highest number so far is around 400 or 500 kids that we get. So yeah, it's a big event. I'm sure our neighbors are displeased with us and the lengths we go to, because of course that increases the number of kids coming to their house too. But you know what? It's fun. It's so fun to see all the little kids dressed up. The one year we had this sweet, sweet little Asian grandma come to our door, and she was so excited to trick-or-treat. I don't know if it was her first time trick-or-treating, but she was so excited to come. So of course I love seeing, I don't care if you're a teenager or an adult, as long as you're having fun, come on over, trick-or-treat, we'll give you candy, as long as you're not, you know, destroying people's property or anything, or stealing candy from other kids. I don't care. I know a lot of people get upset when teenagers come to their door, but I'm fine with it. I think it's great. Be a kid as long as you can, because we all know that adulting is not all that it's cracked up to be. Had I known that, I would have put the brakes on, let me tell you. So, last year, oh, this is another thing I love about my company, is Halloween's a big thing. We carved pumpkins, and we have a Halloween costume contest, and I was so excited last year. I won. So the first year I was there, I've only been there for a couple years now, but the first year I went as Ursula. So my mom helped me make my costume for that, and I won third place, I think, the first year. Then last year I went as Daenerys Targaryen, or otherwise known as Khaleesi from Game of Thrones. And so I had an amazing costume for that. But the tip of the iceberg was I used my son's bearded dragon, Bob. I don't know if you've seen my videos. You've seen Bob was featured in one of my videos. Anyways, I used him as a prop as my dragon, and I had little dragon wings that I put on him. And so he hung out with me all day at work. Some people didn't even know that he was like alive, that he was real, because he was just hanging out on my shoulder, just chilling all day while I worked away. And I ended up winning first prize last year, so that was really exciting. And I think I got a Visa gift card, which is super fun, super helpful. And yeah, so this year, oh, this year's costume I'm so excited about as well. I'm not sure if Bob's going to join me. Oh, I don't know why I'm doing two kind of the same there, but that's okay. Yeah, this year is super fun. I'm excited. I've got my costume. It all arrived in time. And can't tell you what it is. Sorry, guys. You'll have to wait. I'll share a picture when it's closer to Halloween time there of what my costume is. But yeah, I love Halloween. It's not so much the candy. I love watching, you know, all the little kiddos come to the door and their little outfits. And we used to do family themed costumes. So the first year when my first son was born, we bought a costume from a friend of mine, and he was a pea in a pod. Oh, he was adorable. He was a little pea pod, and he was, you know, so tiny, tiny baby. And no, that was my second, sorry, when my second was a baby, because he was born in August, and so he was just a baby when Halloween came along. And so we were the Jolly Green Giant family. So I made costumes. My husband was the Jolly Green Giant. And my oldest son was Little Sprout. And my second son was Pea in the Pod. And then, of course, I was Mrs. Jolly Green Giant. So that was super fun. We did that theme one year. And then, let's see here. Then, after my daughter was born, I think we did a farm theme one year. My husband and I were farmers, and my one son was a chicken, the other one was a cow, and a chicken, a cow, and what was my daughter? I don't remember. Then another year we did Despicable Me. So my two that are 11 months apart, they were Minions. My husband was Gru, and oh my goodness, he makes a really excellent Gru. And my oldest son was Vector, and so I made the Vector costume for that. It was priceless. If I can find the photos, I'll pop them up in the video here of that, because that was so much fun. And I didn't join in the theme that year because I didn't get my costume done in time. I think I was Ariel. I used my wedding dress, and I just dressed up like Ariel from her wedding. So yeah, Halloween's a big deal in our house. Let me guys know, do you celebrate Halloween? Do you make a big deal out of it like us? Or is it just something you kind of casually observe? I'll put that one right there. So sorry guys, I know I'm taking a long time with these. I'm just really having fun though. I'm not trying not to think too much about what I'm doing. I'm just kind of going with the flow and laying stuff down. What else do we need? Maybe we need some numbers. Do we need some numbers? I know I need something there. I just can't figure out what right now. Got some kind of little stampy things. I don't know what I want to put there. Let's try something else. The numbers aren't doing it for me, so let's try. Oh, these are definitions. I don't have too many of these. I need to print more out. It's not doing it for me either. What else do I have, you guys? Oh, I've got some actual stamps. Let's see if we can find anything in here. Oh, I see something that kind of works, so that's nice. Kind of goes to use that. Let's see what else we have in our. Got a bit of green. I don't want to keep it earthy tones. Here's some stamps that I made. I have a. Maybe we could use these. I have a stamp die cut. Because this is one of the images I stamped out on that tracing paper that. Oh, hopefully you guys can't hear my stomach. It's growling. I have no idea why it would be growling because I literally am still full from last night's dinner. These are too big. These are like these vellum stamps that you get off of. I think I got these off of. Some of them I got from Amazon and some I think I got from AliExpress. That's kind of a nice one though. No. Oh, you guys, I don't know. I might have worked myself into a little bit of a corner here that I can't get out of. Okay, I kind of like that. Let's see. Let's ink it up and see. Just kind of tone down some of that bright white because it doesn't really go with what we're doing here. How much time do we have left? Oh my goodness, we only have 7 minutes left. So we gotta hurry and get this one done. Well, I obviously did not get as productive as Gail and Rachel in doing these, but I still had fun and we've still created 2 things that we can use. Oh, there's 2 here. I kind of like that red one better. Something's not right. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. Ay, ay, ay. What do I have? What are my flowers? Maybe I need, oops, don't have lids on right, and that is kind of not good. All right, where are my, here's my flowers. Let's take a look in here for what we have. There's some birds in there. I don't know why the birds are in there. I should go with my birds. How about that? Some leaves, some flowers. That's kind of a good flower. Oh my goodness, my stomach. Hope you guys can't hear that. Oh, some more birds. What are you guys doing in there? You belong with the birds. This is a little more transparent. Pretty big though. What about this guy? What about you? There's a lot of additioning that goes on here, and I need to stop that. I need to just kind of go with it, because now I'm overthinking it. Not really liking that. Let's try this again. Kind of like that best. Okay, you little birds, come over here. You're going to put you to the side so you go in your proper container. Alright, let's try this guy. Come up a bit. And use our little pokey tool to try and get the backing off. I love these little kind of washi stickers, but save and except for the backing trying to get off of them. Oh my word, come on. Oh, this is not going well, you guys. Here you're having to watch me struggle to get the backing off. Ah, come on. Oh, this is not working. Come on. Okay, there we go. Oh, sheesh, you guys. That took... Oh, no. Oh, no, I lost it. There we go. Okay, that took way too long. So just put that down there. Okay. Well, this one's a little more sparse than our other one, isn't it? Huh. What do I want to do? Need some book page. That's what we need. And I have some dictionary page here that we'll pull out. Yeah. This is such an old... Oh, everything's falling over. Such an old dictionary page. It's kind of brittle. I gotta be careful when I'm inking it. And I have successfully made one heck of a mess too, all over my desk as well with this process, but this is so much fun. I definitely want to make more of these. Alright. Let's kind of ink that up a little bit more. And what else do we need? I really want to use some circles or something. I feel like we need some circles in there. Not that. This one might go. Oh, yeah, I like that there. Okay. Not that this needs much inking, but... Alright, I really got to get a move on because my timer is going to go off any second now. I just feel it. So put that on there. Still kind of want to use this, but I'm really going to have to tone it down with some inking. There we go. Yeah, I like it there better. Yep, let's just do it. No, I had it inked on. Huh. I had it inked up on both sides. Okay, well, that's alright. Right there. Oh, there we go. There's our timer. kind of scared me. All right, let's see if we can just finish up this little piece here. Maybe we'll add that little guy there. And then we'll do some quick stamping on it, and then we will call this one done. I feel like it needs something else. Maybe I can do that with the stamping. Let's add in our text stamping, and we need our stays on. I can definitely see myself doing more of these. I think they were a lot of fun. Let's do, there's your one right there, down there. Turn it upside down. You can't really tell what any of this says, so you won't know that it's upside down or right side up. So here we go. Let's kind of add that. So yeah, I like that a lot better just with that stamping there. Add a little bit more down here, kind of off camera. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so we got 2 of them done. Not as productive as I would have liked, but nonetheless, we got them done. So I will show you guys the 2 that we got done. I just need to put the lid on my glue. So yeah, these are our little transparent washi tapes that we created. That was a lot of fun. I'm probably going to go ahead and continue to make some more of these off camera. And then what we can just do is when we go to create our tuck spots, our pockets, our journaling cards, we can then just rip these off and have little pre-made clusters ready to decorate our ephemera pieces. Yeah, so thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day, and yeah, just take care of yourselves, and we'll see you next time. And P.S. I love you. I just want to thank you so much for spending your time with me today. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you're looking for specific materials that I've used in today's video, go ahead and check out the links down below. As well, I'd really love it if you sent me some snail mail. I'm always interested to know what you guys have been up to and what you've been creating, and I'd love to share your cards on my next video. Thanks so much again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. P.S. I love you.